In the darkest timeline, Charlotte's Web would be Pearl. Today we're going to talk about Pearl by Josh Malerman. And so when I talk about the darkest timeline, that's kind of like an interdimensional thing where think of the butterfly effect, how each little thing can affect your path in which way you divert and which way you go. If you ever watched this show Community, they had an episode of like where everything would be in the darkest timeline. You know, if this happened and this happened and this happened and took you to this road. And so that's where we would be like, Pearl is a fantastic horror novel. It is about pig that casts its psychic web and draws people into it, causing them to kill. The story follows this family, a farmer who raised Pearl from a piglet and his daughter and her kids as they grow up, what their history is in connection to this pig Pearl, and how Pearl was always different from the other pigs and always gave them kind of like weird vibes. People were frightened, but they didn't know why, and strange things would happen when this pig was around that weren't quite explainable. Years later, when the farmer's daughter, she's grown and has her two boys and she lives down the road, they are over at the farmer's house one day. The mom's name is Sherry and her sons are Jeff and Aaron, and they come over and they're gonna help Sherry's dad do a couple things around the farm. She's there because she needs money, and so she's came to ask him for help, which is always awkward when you're asking your family members for help. So she's gonna go do that. The boys are gonna go do a couple chores around the farm. Nothing that involves the pigs though, mind you. Sherry's thoughts trail down to the pig pen where the trees grow so you can't see it immediately. The boys go to do what their grandfather wanted, and as I said, neither of the tasks given to them had anything to do with the pigs. And yet, Jeff finds himself subtly and strangely being pulled towards the pig pen. Maybe not consciously. He ends up there and finds himself in this weird mental battle with Pearl. It kind of offsets a chain of events, and on this day, when the pig exacts its revenge, I guess, Pearl sees what the humans do, how they slaughter the pigs, and how they harm them, and how maybe Pearl was harmed when they were younger. So Pearl decides to take control and to sculpt things in the way that Pearl can take over and not be harmed by these humans. And Pearl has escaped slaughter for many, many years because at one point, all of the pigs on the farmer's farm, you know, they go and they butcher them and send them off, but never Pearl, because the farmer always found Pearl as his favorite and taught the pig things because he felt the pig was listening to him. And he was right. Oh, he was right, Pearl! So what ensues is a crazy, chaotic, do I call it a story of revenge? Like the revenge of Pearl, or turning the tables on the humans that just disregard these animals and mistreat them and harm them. Pearl takes the power back. It was very disturbing and bloody and weird. And I mean, imagine it. These people coming to kill you, but you have this power to stop them, and you have them turn on each other, and it's bloody and gross and so many things. And is it right of this pig to murder these people with not even doing it themselves? But was it right of the humans to murder all these pigs? Pearl was such a unique and wild concept of a book. You like getting into the pig's mind and seeing how they're sending out their web and pulling people into it and making them do things and bending them to their will. And it was really great horror. The ending though, I have questions about the ending, but I don't want to say anything because that was super spoilery. So I'll have to save those discussions for another time. You like think you've got it, and then you read a little bit more and you're like, but maybe what? Dang you, Josh Malerman, with that ending. If you like weird and creepy and gory stories of when, I don't know, it's kind of like when the underdog has their day, especially with animals, you know, they're slaughtered every day for food. And so, not Pearl, nope. And you know, pigs eat everything. They're not adverse to eating humans. If you are a fan of weird horror books and such, the next video coming up will be another horror related video. And if you had fun hanging out today, boop that like button, come back, see me again, and we will talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.